Flosstube, Stephanie here, Ms. Oh So Crafty. Welcome to my Flosstube video number 55. How crazy is that? So welcome back, or hello if you're new. It's been a while, about a month. It was a long, hot, busy June. But now my son has started a summer preschool program, so I have a few hours to myself this morning. And I wanted to film as opposed to, cleaning the house or any of the other things that I should probably do when he's around, when he's at school, but I'll do that tomorrow. So today it's filming. Anyway, so I did a lot of stitching in June and I'm excited to share it. Grab yourself a drink, you're stitching, whatever, get comfy because this might be a long one. And I'm just going to go through it all chronologically with the aid of my bullet journal because I don't remember. I can't remember what I did when. So. And I do have some pretty awesome haul to share as well. I got a few really excellent gifts, and then I got my pattern haul from the Attic Needlework Shop in Arizona, so that'll be fun. But let's go through my whips first. So I started out the month of June working on my Halloween Fairy by Nora Corbett. This is from an old issue of Cross Stitch and Needlework magazine. It's stitched on 32 count opal Belfast in the, I think it's Midas Touch colorway from Vintage Silk Weaver. And I worked on this 3 days, which was actually enough time to do as much as I could with the DMC and the two Krynics I had in my stash, which was the dark green here in the vines. I don't know if you can tell that's dark green. And then the silver up here in the moon and her headdress. So I had a lot of fun working on that. And I did place an order for the rest of the stuff I need to finish this at that time, which I have not received yet, so I need to follow up on that this week. Anyway, yeah, a lot of fun to stitch, not too big of a project, but it does call for 5 different colors of Krynic and several beads and stuff, so yeah, that was a lot of fun. So that was in a 5-day rotation, but after the 3rd day I had run out of, everything I could do with the DMC and the Krynic, so I decided to sneak in my Mill Hill Christmas Village and see if I could get a quick finish on the cathedral, which I did. It only took 1 day to finish up the beading. Here's the piece all together. This is stitched on 28 count Stormy Gray Jobelin, hand dyed by Witchell. What is going on here? Oh, sorry, cork threads. Yikes! That's all I need. Hair connected to Velcro with your. All right. So here we go. This is the piece that I finished. This one over here, the Apothecary. Sorry, not Apothecary. Cathedral. I don't know why I always want to call it Apothecary, but it's the Cathedral, and there it is. It was more heavily beaded than any of the other ones. The whole cathedral, the whole brick pattern, all the bricks are filled in with these pale lilac crystal beads, and in person they just collect and reflect so much light. It's so beautiful, really sparkly. It's really hard to capture in photographs, but you get a little bit if I move it around, I guess. So I did make a few modifications to this. I took some height off the trees and also cleaned them up a little bit in the center to give the cross more room, just so it would stand out a little bit more. I think that is so cute. Just, 6 or 7 beads, and how effective is that? And I love the entranceway, the steps and the red double doors and all that. Oh, the light. There we go. Yeah, it was a lot of fun to stitch. Not too many colors. Lots of beading though. So I've got 6 buildings, and this whole piece is halfway done. There are 2 more buildings to go on each row over here, and then one final row, which I will do next year, and that will be it. So I'm really enjoying this piece, and I'm so happy with the cathedral, especially where it's placed in what the center, or will be the center. I think it's so beautiful. So that was one day. And then I still have a day remaining of those original 5-day rotations, so I decided to start my mini mandala for June, which was this one, I think. Pretty sure it was that one. It was one of them. I know it wasn't any of these 3. I know it wasn't that one. It was either this one or this one. I can't remember which, but I stitched it. It took a day, and it was fun. It's just a little black work, piece. It's really hard to tell I don't know if you can see, but it's like a gradient from up here. It's gray, 317, and the bottom one is 310, black. So maybe you can kind of see the gradient from medium gray to black. So yeah, this is the mini mandala saw by Esther Franken of Brodeurs Bressan. I am stitching it on 22 count Hardanger fabric. 2/2. Yeah, so it's effectively like 11 count. I wanted it to be big and beautiful. And then it was time for my second free rotation, which was going to be Enchanted Mermaid. So I gave that 5 days, I think. Yeah. Stitching this on my own hand-dyed Monaco. And they sort of, wow, that is a really good color. That's pretty true right there. It's like a light turquoise mottled. So what I did was I worked down to the bottom and then started working back up to fill in the tail with this patchy pattern, which involves several shades of Krynic. And I filled in all that, and then I did these leaves and stuff, and then I started working on her bodice and her hair. So that's the bottom of her hair right there. I worked out a conversion to make her like a golden blonde. As charted, her hair is really interesting. It has 5 different colors in it. The darkest is 310, and then it has it actually has one of these colors. The darkest color that you see there is the lightest color in the pattern. But the overall effect is dark brown, just like most of the other mermaids. So yeah, I just wanted something a little bit different. And she's going to be a golden blonde. I did take care not to pick any of the colors for the hair that I've used in other mermaids. So I want her to be unique. And I worked on the skin. I did her arm there. A lot of skin stitches. And I started working on the bodice in this. That's 310. But most of the bodice will be filled in this dark green Krynic that you can see in there. And she's got a lot more skin to go, and she's a mermaid, of course, but I actually ran out of see this Krynic at the bottom here? That's sort of like pale yellow color. I ran out of it, so there's more that needs to go up there and around here and then up through there as well. So I did order another spool. Lots of Krynic in this lady. I really love working on her. She's my favorite whip. And she is a Sal with Belinda and Itch to Cross Stitch. I mean, I started it long before that, but Belinda started it as like a birthday sale in June, so I worked on it that week along with some of those ladies. And yeah, really pleased. She's so big. She's definitely going to fill most of the fabric. I think this is, I mean, I centered it, so this much space is, as you see at the bottom, that's the same amount of space I'm going to have at the top. So not a whole lot, but it'll be enough to work with to frame and everything. So I'm pleased. And I do intend to work on her this month as well. I want to finish her by August, so I'm going to be working on her July, August, and we'll see if I can finish. Alright, so that was 5 days, and then I decided to work on it was time for my spooky rotation, so I took out the Boot Club first by Lizzie Kate. Here's the current status. This is stitched on 32 count Belfast in the dirty color. So I worked on Creepy. That's better. Creepy, yeah. Creepy tree with the little gravestone and the owl and the star. I think that's so cute. So this piece is now half done as well. And I worked more on the border, of course, trying to get ahead on the border. There's nothing worse than like finishing a piece and then having to like stitch a bunch of borders. So I like to do it as I go along, or you know, get a little bit ahead if I can. That was fun. Just took a day. And then I had my spooky rotation is 6 days long, so I had 5 days left over for Spooky House, and I really went to town. So my current progress. This is stitched on 32 count Thunderstorm Belfast by Vintage Silk Weaver. And what I did is I started a new page. This page over here. So the page line, the page break is right about there. And I had worked some of the metallic over a little bit to the tree trunk. But basically I did all these tree roots and then started working the tree trunk up and the moon up. I did actually manage to finish most of this page. The only thing left would be to, like, you know, straight across up there. More moon, more tree trunk. It shouldn't take that long. But I go for it this month. Hopefully I'll have another 5 days to spend on it, and I'll be able to start on this page over here. Or maybe I will go back and do some metallic over here on the first page I did. I looked at my stash and I actually do have the colors that are called for. So this pattern calls for like 3 or 4 Krynics. I decided to sub out Petite Treasure Braid for the moon. This is PB10. But the other ones I just will be using the Krynic as charted. I really like the PB10 for the moon. I think I'm going to use that for my Joan Elliott Water Goddess as well. She's got a moon in her too. Luckily it's not as big as this moon. This moon is massive. Yeah, I was really pleased with the progress I made last month, and I'm hoping that I'll be able to finish the bottom half this year, like by October. Maybe I can give it a double rotation in October if I really need to. So it'd be like this page over here, and then perhaps some of the back stitch, and of course the Krynic, more Krynic. We'll see how this page over here goes. I mean, it's more house, so it's certainly more detailed and more colors than the tree is, but it's not a full page either. So, I mean, you can see like the doors at the center of the house, like the middle of the door is the center of the house. So the bottom floor is over half done. And I really love this piece. It's a lot of fun, a lot of stitching, a lot of gray. So this is X's and, the pattern is by X's and O's, called Spooky House, by Sandra Parlow. And I think I need some more X's and O's patterns because, well, the Spooky House is really well done, so I appreciate that. The design aesthetic and the skill that went into that. Alright, so that was 5 days, and then I picked up Fall Fairy, but I'm going to save that for later because I worked on it even more. And then after that, I took a day off stitching and I did a jigsaw puzzle. I'm going to insert the footage of that here. Hey friends, it's time for something a little bit different. So this is a jigsaw puzzle that I completed. I saw it on Tina's channel, Simply in Stitches. It is a Stitch in Time by Amy Stewart as a Ravensburger puzzle, 1,000 pieces. I did it in one day, one long day, with my son's help because he was dying to start it, and I am crazy. I really love it. So it's 4 different seasons: spring, summer, fall, winter, with all these cute little vignettes. Love this one up here with the key and the door, the hourglass. I like this lady stitching by the window with the hot air balloons and the glass of wine on the table, not right next to her stitching, of course. That lady looks awfully comfortable under the tree with her parasol. 2 friends sitting with a hoop under the window. Scissors there and a nosegay. That's actually my favorite little vignette right there. The guy sitting there watching his lady stitch, as he should. Love that one a lot. The lady stitching under midnight. That kind of reminds me of myself since I'm a night owl. And then that's pretty cool. The bookshelf and this lady working on a frame. She's working on a frame. Love that. The Abominator floss stacked up. I love this sumptuous setting this lady's in. It's beautiful, beautiful. I guess that's kind of like Renaissance style. And then this one with the dog and the harvest and all that. That's nice. And the fall foliage. And then this one is Stitching the Standard. I think that's a Waterhouse painting. And then I love this one. And the fox and the lady with the halo and the snowflake and the white tree. Oh, I love that. I think it's so beautiful. And I like all these little pink flowers. And then this one, lady with a little, another lady sitting down, working on a frame. And then I like this one a lot. The lady with the little girl and the floss box over there, and the fireplace with the fancy clock and the candelabra. And then here it says the lady. I think that one's really cool. And then this one over here, I think this is actually charted as a Heaven and Earth pattern. It's called like The Retreat or something. I'm not sure who the artist is, sorry. That's cute, the little owl. The lamplight. And over here, we have the lady working on, gosh, I don't know what that is, the big piece of fabric with the sled and the snowman. I am so happy with how this came out. I love it. And I'm going to get some puzzle glue and probably put a frame on this or something. And I did pick up another puzzle and an image that I actually love, even more than this one. And it's more challenging too because it's not as many colors, but I'm not sure when I'll get to that. One of these days. As soon as it arrived, I pretty much hid it so my son wouldn't notice. He's very into puzzles. And the fact that it's 1,000 pieces doesn't dissuade him. Alright, I'll see you back in the main video. Ta-ta! Okay, I'm back. So, after the jigsaw, it was Stitch-a-thon weekend, and I decided to work on Winnie the Pooh. I was really into it, and I got like 2,000 stitches, so I was happy with that. Basically what I did is the 2 columns with Eeyore pretty much, and almost half of the 3rd column. over here. So Eeyore, I think Eeyore came out really cute. I love that. The next two columns will reveal Rabbit, so that will be fun. And this is definitely coming along. This is the MCG Textiles kit, Disney Dreams by Thomas Kincaid. I did a DMC conversion on it and also a swap the fabric using 28 count Monaco ecru. This one is just like I work on it, you know, like 1 weekend a month, shoot for like 1,600 stitches or 2,000 stitches or whatever. Yeah, the goal is basically like 1,600, which is 2 columns, and I don't know when I'm going to finish this. Probably next year. Maybe this year, if I pick up the pace. I don't know. We'll just have to see how my whips sort of shake out towards the end of the year. I'm not really feeling any startitis, so that's good. We'll see how much progress I can make with my whips, you know, assuming I don't start a bunch of things. That's Winnie the Pooh. It's just so many pretty colors, you know, so bright. It's like the 100-acre wood in springtime or whatever. It's just such a joy to stitch. It's so immersive. I feel like I'm right there with Pooh and his friends. I started stitching this because my son is a fan of Winnie the Pooh, but I love it too, so. Yeah. Hopefully I'll finish around the time he turns 5 next year. Alright, last but not least is Fall Fairy. So I worked on this a total of 9 days. Although some of those days were kind of like, I didn't work very much on it, but anyway. Okay, here's the current progress. I need to go on this side. That's better. Okay. So what I did is I worked on this, worked down at the bottom corner here and then started working this page across. And I did get over to her skirt and I worked across the page break a little bit in a few of the colors. The dark burgundy and the dark brown. There's a lot more to fill in on her skirt. I've got some threads parked up here. These are all the colors that are going to go in the skirt and half cross. I like to do all the full cross first because some of the colors are really similar and it just gets confusing if you're trying to do your full cross next to areas that are already half cross. It's like, well, are those stitches complete or do they need to receive their second cross or whatever? So I just like to complete all the full cross first. So I think this page turning out really cute with the little log with the mushrooms growing out of it. A lot of detail in there. There's a lot of back stitching that needs to be done as well. So the back stitching will really make it pop, but I think it looks pretty darn good without back stitch. So yeah, this is full coverage obviously. Dimensions Gold Collection, Fall Fairy. 16 count navy, not navy, light blue Ada, which I do not like, but I'm making it work clearly. So many colors. The floss collection for this is just insane. But they are really beautiful, and I think the colors practically glow. Really beautiful color palette. Perfect for fall. And my plan for this is to work on it, well, not this month, but I'm going to work on it in August, September, October, November. Maybe 2 rotations in November, and hopefully that'll be enough time to finish. I really want to finish it this year. This is my oldest whip. So I think what I'm going to do, I mean, if worse comes to worse, I'll probably time away from Winnie the Pooh. We give it to this girl instead, just because I want to finish it so badly. Hopefully I'll have time to work on both. I mean, I looked at my rotation, and I should, so. Yeah, it would be so nice to get, like, some of these full coverage pieces finished. I have, like, 9 whips at the moment, and 3 of them are full coverage. That's kind of a lot for me. That's like a third of my projects. So, not an ideal ratio, I don't think. Because I enjoy full coverage, but not necessarily all the time, you know? I do like to have a dimensions kit sort of among my rotation, though, because I have so many of them. So I don't know what I'm going to do when I finish this. I may take a break from the dimensions kits for a while. And after I finish Pooh, I'm certainly not going to launch into another Disney Dreams collection, although I do have quite a few. I think I just need a little break from the genre, and I'm actually working on my other full coverage Charm Santa now, but I'll get into that later. So let's talk about fall. So I received last video, I mentioned I was looking for a griffin pattern, and one of my viewers, Joe, sent me this beautiful card. This is artwork by Amy Brown. Isn't that pretty? The fairy with the unicorn. Oh, I love that. I wonder if that's charted as a cross stitch pattern. It may be by like Heaven and Earth Design and be like 70 pages or something. Yeah. I think that's really pretty. Anyway, along with the card, of course, she sent this beautiful pattern. This is from Awesome Pattern Studio on Etsy, Griffin. Very cool pattern. It's about 150 stitches, circular, obviously. And the griffin is in flight. I think that's really cool. I'm thinking I may start a griffin next year in May. Continue my mania tradition of magical menagerie. And then there was a giveaway in the Adopt a Whatever Pattern such and such on Facebook group. And Kim O had this up for grabs. This is The Kingdom of Books by, I don't know, I don't speak Russian, sorry. Anyway, she did like a random giveaway on Facebook, and I won. I was so happy because I really wanted this pattern for a long time, but you know, it's expensive on eBay, and I wasn't sure about the fabric. And this one actually didn't come with the fabric. It came with all the floss, obviously, in the pattern, and I will just get some Aida or something for it. I'm thinking it's full coverage. I'm thinking I'll probably get 16 Aida because the pattern is meant to go on 14. It's huge, for one thing. It's like 420 some stitches across. So shrinking the size a little bit wouldn't be a bad thing. And also the pattern is charted to do 3 strands, the whole thing, for 14 count. And I can see why you would want to do that for the coverage, but if I use 16, I can get away with 2 strands. So I would prefer to do that. Yeah, so I'll just get myself a nice piece of 16 count white or off-white Aida and start this maybe when I'm ready to start another full coverage. I think it might be easier to stitch than like the Dimensions Gold or something, just because it's like books, you know, and each book doesn't involve 10 million colors, you know, each book involves like 3 or 4, and the background pattern is just the tan tone, sort of like a wood look. That's not 10 billion colors, though. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. It is like a big chart, though. And it's beautiful. So thanks again, Kim, and thanks, Joe, as well. I love both of these gifts, giveaway, whatever. So yeah, really cool. Very pleased with those. And then I got my pattern haul from the Attic Needlework Shop, which McKenna Stitching and Sequins, hi McKenna, was doing these like Facebook Live sales, and there were a few things that were really calling my name. Here is the Iris Fairy or just plain old Iris by Black Swan Designs. Isn't she pretty? And this pattern is pretty big. It's like over 200 stitches in each direction, so a lot of detail in that. I think she's really nice. Irises are my favorite flower. And then I got this one, the Angel of Fantasy by Barbara Batts, American School of Needlework, with the peacock. I love her outfit and the whole vibe. I think she has like a hippie chick sort of vibe. Yeah, pretty cool pattern. I really want to stitch a peacock. I have my eye on this anchor kit, but I like this one too. There's some more angels on the back. Angel of Romance, Angel of Peace, Angel of the Harvest. Yeah, these are really nice, highly detailed designs. This one is pretty big too. It's like 186 by 219. Angel of Fantasy. And then I got this one, Green Work Dragon, which has a little stain on the front. Sorry, I came like that. So this is something a little bit different. It's black work, green work, or whatever. And you're meant to trace the design onto the fabric with a transfer pen, and then basically fill it in with the black work patterns and do the outlining in chain stitch, I think it is. So I've never done that before, transferred a design to fabric, but I guess I could. It's meant to be stitched in $6.99, DMC $6.99, which is a good Christmas green. Good color for a dragon too. Green work dragon, and it has some, what they call them, embroidery stones. 6mm, 10 round. I guess those are like treasures or something. Never heard of embroidery stones before, but they're very pretty. And then the pièce de résistance, the Nativity by Marbeck. $12 for the entire set. Did I score or what? So this is what the whole thing looks like. Yeah, it's quite large. You need a couple yards of fabric altogether, I think. So there's the wise men with the angel. The shepherds with the blue angel. The Holy Family. And there's another view of it. The baby Jesus. The shepherd boy. Bethlehem star. Two angels. Last but not least, the camel. So this is Marbeck, Rebecca Waldrop, Serendipity Designs, the Nativity. Look at the floss list. Yeah. I'm really excited about this piece. I don't know when I'm going to stitch it, but definitely someday. It calls for 18 count Aida, which I don't know. I'm not really, I don't know if I would want to use Aida for this, but the size is such that you definitely need to use 18 count or something, so I don't know, we'll see. I'll figure it out. I guess I could always do like 36 linen over 2 or something. And it has some really fun details like ribbons and stuff, like on the camel. Alright, that was it for my haul. Hey guys, I'm back. So it's actually a lot later. Oliver's home from school now, but I have him set up with his iPad in bed. He needs a nap. This morning on the way to school, he informed me that I'm tired, I'm sleepy. So anyway, I lost some footage. I don't know what happened. I think I must have turned off the camera inadvertently when I was fussing with the position because of the weird light issues, but now we are past the noon hour, so the light is a little better anyway. So I am going to do Emily C's tag, but first I'm going to show you my FFOs. So hang on a sec. This is Toil and Trouble by Erica Michaels. It is stitched on a silk weaver fabric, Shadowbrook I think it is. It's old 32 Belfast. And I framed it with a double mat, purple top mat, bright orange bottom mat, and this black frame has like a black satin finish. Reminds me of bats the way it's carved. I did the double mat because this piece is just so small. I wanted to beef it up a little bit, you know, increase the size. And I'm really happy with how it turned out. I love the little bright pop of orange, kind of brightens up the whole thing, you know, and the purple, of course, is good for Halloween. I wanted to make this fun, not too dark or spooky, because my son is little and I don't want Halloween to scare the pants off him, so yeah. This frame was in my stash for a long time, since 2015, and the mats were in my stash as well. The purple one, gosh, I don't know how old it was. It was just in my stash. The nice thing about mat board, when you buy it, the full sheets are 32 by 40 inches, so you can get several pieces out of one sheet of mat board, and it goes a long way, especially if you're framing smaller pieces like this. And the orange mat was also in my stash, but it was wrapped in plastic, so I think it was a relatively recent purchase. I'm pretty sure I got it from Frame Masters in Maryfield, Virginia, which is my favorite place to buy mats and stuff locally. So the frame was from pictureframes.com, paid I think 26 bucks for it, custom cut from the pictureframes.com outlet shop. And it still needs glass. I have some glass in my stash that I can cut to fit this one because it's small. I'm pleased with it, and it'll be great to hang it up for Halloween. The other one I framed is Siren and Shipwreck by Mirabilia. This is stitched on Sea Glass Belfast from Hand Dyed by Stephanie. The frame is, it's not matted obviously. The frame has a champagne finish, light gold. It's pretty detailed, has like a grooved outer edge and then an interior scoop with some brushing and some light intermittent distressing throughout. And then the inner edge has a pattern that kind of reminds me of water, or waves rather. And then there's some more grooves on the inner edge as well. I generally don't mat my mirrors just because they're so big already. This frame is 12 by 20, so that gives you an idea. And I really dithered her frame for this because I just wanted something the right color that was going to look good with the sea green fabric and the red hair and the white chandelier. I needed something that was kind of neutral, and I'm really happy with this one. I think the champagne finish is just perfect, so I can't wait to put her in the master bath with my other mermaids. I got a little mermaid gallery going on in there. Have to put glass on her first, though. I'm going to have to buy some glass for this because I don't have a big enough piece in my stash, so I'm going to have to get some. Yeah, I did these on Saturday, a couple days ago, July 30th. I really wanted to get some things, or June 30th, I really wanted to get some things framed before the year was half over, so I actually had aimed to frame 3 things, but the frame that I bought for I Am a Stitcher just is not working out. I need to get a different frame for it. The frame I got is just the wrong color and just it's not right, so I'll have to save it for something else. This frame here, the champagne one, this one was like $32.90 something, custom cut. Again, pictureframes.com outlet shop. So very pleased. All right, that's it for my frames. Okay, I'm back. So now I'm going to do the Emily C tag Stitch With Me that she published like a month ago. It's a really fun tag. And hi, Emily, if you're watching. All right, so the first question is, what is your favorite cereal? I'm not really a cereal person. I go more for like toast and yogurt. But if I do eat cereal, it might be like, I do like oatmeal in the winter with like a little brown sugar and nuts and dried fruit, something like that. And the one like regular cereal that I actually enjoy, it's like, well, I get it from Trader Joe's once in a while. I buy it once in a blue moon because it's like a sugary type treat, but it's like cornflakes with a vanilla granola mixed in, and it's perfect with some blueberries and milk. Okay, number 2. What are your favorite pizza toppings? I really like prosciutto on pizza, pepperoni, mushrooms. I tend more towards like savory type toppings. I do make it at home sometimes, and I really love pizza. I enjoy it very much. Caramelized onion is a good one as well. Yeah. The last time I had pizza, it was actually prosciutto and caramelized onion, and I think it had some olives on it and some garlic, and it was fantastic. That was from Pete's New Haven Style Pizzeria in Clarendon, for those of you in the DC Metro. All right, number 3 is you're on death row. What is your last meal? I'm going to have to go with a nice steak dinner here, which I do really enjoy once in a while. How about a filet, small filet, petit filet with a brandy peppercorn cream sauce? I'm actually quoting the menu from my favorite local steakhouse, which is called Raise the Steaks. They also have this incredible sherried crab bisque that's really good. So I'd start with a little cup of that, and then I'd have the steak with maybe a Caesar salad or something on the side, and then the chocolate mousse, dark chocolate mousse for dessert. Chocolate mousse is my favorite. All right, number 4. It's laundry day. What are your really weird bottoms in the bottom of your underwear drawer? I'm gonna say the underwear that I bought to wear after my son was born. They're just like really big granny panties, basically. Yeah, I don't even know why I'm holding on to them. It's not like I'm that size anymore, but you know. All right, number 5. Who would play you in a movie about your life? Gosh, that's a hard one. I'm going to say Nicole Kidman. I really admire her, and I think she'd do a good job as an actress in a movie about my my life. Okay, number 6. What food items do you sneak in the movie theater in the bottom of your purse? Snow caps. Yeah, I really like snow caps with the movie. I like nonpareils in general, and snow caps are, you know, good for eating in the dark. So, number 7. What is your perfect vacation? I'm gonna cheat here and mention 2 things. It would either be like tropical paradise kind of vacation, like Hawaii. And I don't mean a place where you just lie on the beach. I mean a place where you can like hike and see stuff and like, you know, have an interesting vacation. I'm not really the lie on the beach sort. But besides the tropical paradise, then maybe like a city where I could visit a lot of museums and historical sites and stuff like that. I really love that sort of vacation, just like exploring a new culture and that kind of thing. So let's see. Number 8. You're stuck on a deserted island and can have 5 things. What do you have? Well, my family. That's one. Number 2 would be my stitching stash, at least some of it. Number 3, books to entertain all of us. Number 4, a container to like collect water and stuff to drink, rainwater. And number 5, some hats, because I'm awfully pale, you know. I don't really tan, I just burn, so yeah, I would need a hat or two. Okay, number 9. If you could have a reproduction style chart with any theme possible, what would the theme be? Well, I don't really stitch the reproduction style charts so much, it's just not my cup of tea, but I would like a sampler with, you know how I was talking about stitching all these magical creatures so I could have a magical menagerie, you know, I got the unicorn back there and the dragon, yeah, and I'm working on the phoenix, and, you know, I have a cool, like, Pegasus kit. I actually have a couple Pegasus charts, and, yeah, things like that. Anyway, griffins. If all that stuff was in one sampler, that would be cool. So it'd be like a magical menagerie sampler. That would be neat. All right, number 10, what is your strangest travel experience? Bonus points if you've ever spent time in a foreign jail. Well, my strangest travel experience would probably be, it was when I was in Paris, backpacking with my friend, and we had split up that morning to do different things. I think he wanted to sleep in, and I wanted to go to Notre Dame or something like that. So we went our separate ways with a plan to meet up at the train station, and I went to the train station at the, you know, appropriate time, and it was a zoo. I could not find him. I did see him a few times, but there were too many people in between him and I, and too much noise. He was relatively easy to pick out of the crowd because his backpack was like green, so it kind of stuck out. I just had like the black backpack just like everybody else. But I could not contact him, and this was in the days before, you know, iPhone and text messages and all that. So it was very frustrating, and we missed our train. We were supposed to go to Carcassonne. Anyway, so this went on for a while, and the crowd was just getting worse, if that were even possible. I mean, it was just like packed. So I was like, what am I going to do? And I was like, well, maybe I can make an announcement over the PA. So I went to the office, and I explained the situation and asked if I could do that, and they were like, yes, but you have to do it in French. And my French was pretty good at the time, so it wasn't really a problem for me, but my friend did not speak the greatest of French, so I was going to have to, whatever I said, it was going to have to be very simple, right? So we got on there, and I made the announcement over the PA in this massive train station. His name and everything, and asking him to meet me at the office, and it worked. He came and met me in the office, but he said later that when he heard my voice over the intercom, it was like the voice of God. Yeah, so that was pretty strange, making an announcement over the intercom at a train station in Paris. I can't remember which train station it was, but anyway, we missed out on Carcassonne because, like I said, we missed the train, and we went straight to Nice instead, and Nice was all right. I liked some of the smaller, I guess it was San Rafael, one of the beach towns we visited near there was really nice. Like golden sand, incredibly blue beaches. Wow, I would love to go back there. Anyway, I still want to go to Carcassonne. Bucket list item. Okay, number 11. What are you saving money for right now? Disney. We're taking Oliver to Disney World this fall, and it's going to be his first trip to Disney. I have not been there in like 10 years. A lot of things have changed since then. It's very expensive to go there. I mean, we could probably go to Europe for the same amount of money, but, you know, he's only little once, and I think he'll love it. And we're going to stay at the Animal Kingdom Lodge, and we got a Safari View villa, so we'll be able to step out on the balcony and see the giraffes walking by. He is going to go crazy over that. And it's been like an awful lot of planning. Like the planning for a Disney vacation these days is pretty crazy. Like there's advanced dining reservations that you can and should make 180 days in advance if you want to go to certain places. And then there's fast pass reservations to make 60 days in advance. We're not there yet, so although it's going to come up pretty soon. And there's just so much to like plan. And yeah, and it is very expensive, so we're definitely saving for that. All right. Number 12. What craft would you like to get better at? Weaving. I would love to try weaving because I have all this yarn, you know, because I used to be such a prolific knitter, and you can weave with your yarn too. And I like woven fabric. I like the texture of it, and I like the different patterns you can do, but I don't have a loom or anything, not even a small one, so yeah, maybe one day. Number 13, if you had to stitch only 3 designers for the rest of your life, who would you choose? Well, that's actually a pretty easy one. So Mirabilia, because I probably have enough mirror pattern stash to keep me busy for the rest of my life. Number 2 would be Joan Elliott, because I really love her designs too, and she has a good variety. She has, you know, elegant things and cute things and funny things and holiday things, and she has some animal designs and sampler type designs and just all sorts of stuff. My list of Joan Elliott's to stitch is practically endless. And then the number 3, I'm going to cheat a little bit and say Stony Creek. They probably have a bunch of different designers working for them, but I really love Stony Creek. I mean, I love it and I hate it when I'm doing like the 5 shades of red in like a little tiny area and like back stitching to the nth degree, but it does come out really good in the end, really cute, very well detailed, so I'm going to say Stony Creek. Number 14, dumbest way you've ever been injured. Well, that would probably be a few years back. I was running around the house with my head in the clouds and sock feet, and I was thinking about, I had a tape measure in my hand, and I was measuring wall space and thinking about framing stuff, right? And I just walked down the stairs, just not really looking where I'm going, and kind of at a fast clip, and I slipped on the top step and fell down the stairs onto the landing, which is 7 steps below on a tile floor, and it hurt. I mean, it hurt considerably when it happened, but the recovery was far worse. I mean, the couple days after that, it felt like I'd been in a car accident, so I probably should have gone to the doctor, but I mean, it was all muscular, so whatever, I was fine. It wasn't too pleasant, and since then, I'm a lot more careful on the stairs, so yeah, you should really not be running around on the stairs, not thinking about what you're doing in your sock feet. It was a wood floor, so that was part of the problem. All right. Number 15, what is your worst roommate or housemate story? Well, in college, I had this roommate who was, she was searching, I guess you could say. She had been, like, raised in this, like, really strict religious tradition, and she had rejected that, but she was searching for a new, like, spiritual home, if you will. And she would do, like, Bible study in our room with, like, other people. And this was not, like, quiet, like, reading the scripture and talking about it. This was, like, loudly, like, witnessing, shouting, all that stuff. That was pretty annoying because, you know, this was a tiny little room that the two of us were sharing. I mean, it wasn't super tiny, but you know what a college dorm room is like. You know, it's not like every person had a ton of space. And if I were, you know, sitting at my desk with my biochem textbook or whatever, like, yeah, it was not ideal. Yeah, there were other things about living with her. Like, our schedules were just not very compatible. And yeah, it sucked. So I made it a semester, and then a single opened up in the dorm, and I snapped it. I got a single. It was tiny, but it was awesome. And then after that, I moved off campus. All right, number 16. You have unlimited income. What does your dream house look like? Insert picture if possible. Well, my favorite style of architecture is Victorian, much like Emily mentioned. I'll see if I can insert a pic here. Number 17. What song would you want played or sang at your funeral or memorial? I don't know. Maybe Amazing Grace, maybe? That's a nice one. Standard, you know. Number 18. What is your favorite board or card game? Scrabble. Especially if you do like a theme of Scrabble, you know? It can get kind of fun, raunchy, dirty, whatever. Okay, number 19. Who was your first celebrity crush? That's kind of difficult for me. I'm not really like the crushing on celebrity type, you know? I'm more likely to crush on a book character. I guess I could say John Cusack. There was this movie that came out when I was in high school, Grosse Point Blank. It's a dark comedy about a hitman who goes home to Grosse Point, Michigan, and yeah, it's pretty funny, and he stars in it, and he was really cute, and I liked him, so yeah, I guess he can count as my first celebrity crush. All right, number 20. If you could capture a smell in a candle or perfume, what would that smell be? I'm going to say honeysuckle. I love the scent of honeysuckle, and it's really hard to find it, like in a perfume type thing. I mean, sure, different companies make versions, but oftentimes they're like cloyingly sweet or something. It's just like a really nice smell that's hard to capture perfectly, I guess, but I do love it. Honeysuckle. All right, that's it for the tag. Those were some really fun questions. Thank you, Emily. I enjoyed it. All right, so I guess we'll get into my plans now. So it's July, and I'm going to work on my focus pieces for July are it's Joan Elliott July, it's 31 Days of Christmas in July, so my focus pieces are Joan Elliott Water Goddess, Charm Santa, and Enchanted Mermaid. And what I'm going to do for the 31 Days of Christmas, which is a SAL with the Stitch Mini, with the Soulful Stitchers group, is I'm going to do one thread a day until such time it's time to give it a rotation. Then I will do, as many threads as I can fit in for that day, and then after the rotation is over, I will continue with one thread a day for the rest of the month. As for Water Goddess, I started working on her yesterday, and it's high time that I do because she needs to get done. I started her like almost a year ago, or maybe even over a year ago, and she's not quite half done yet, so I really hope I can finish the bottom half and get a little start on the top half. And then Enchanted Mermaid, she's my focus for finish. I'm going to give her the 6-day rotation and work on her as much as I can. And then my usual things I work on every month, like the Boo Club, Spooky House, the Mill Hill Village, and the mini mandalas. I will try to come back in like a couple weeks and do an update so I can upload a video that isn't like an hour long like this one. And I guess the other thing I wanted to mention was Amy, ex Amityville, her Flosstube channel. I just want to give her a shout out. She gave me a really nice shout out on Instagram today, or yesterday, last night, and I really appreciate it. So hi Amy, thanks for watching, and check out her channel, ex Amityville. She stitches a lot of kits, and she has some really pretty projects. I guess that's about it. So I will see you guys in a few weeks. Thank you so much for watching, and take care. Enjoy summer or winter if you're down under, and ta-ta.